These are some of DeWalt's latest releases for 2026. Now you can see in front of me, I've got a really wide range of tools. So let's break them down individually and tell you a little bit about them all. So this in front of me here is the brand new DeWalt Band Saw. It's the DCS374. Now immediately, the first thing to tell you is that it's the biggest ever DeWalt band saw. It's got the largest cutting capacity of 5 inches. Now that number is important because it basically now means that it can be suitable for most common applications and materials. So it's likely that this will be the only band saw that you actually need in your toolkit. Breaking down the band saw itself then, first thing to tell you is it's an 18-volt brushless tool. You're getting really good power out of it. Main benefit of this one is that it's actually got a toolless blade change. You can see right there, that's where the blade can come in and come out when you need to get it changed. Now, elsewhere on the tool, this here is the tensioning arm, so you can make sure that your blade is nice and tight. It's got a handy LED light on the front, so you can make sure that your work surface is always illuminated. Make sure you can get those nice clean cuts that you'd use a bandsaw for. This is an adjustable handle, so being the biggest bandsaw yet from DeWalt, it is naturally a bit more heavy, it will carry a bit more weight, but with this handle here, it's more ergonomic, and this is really nicely balanced as well. So you can make sure it doesn't feel like you're really labouring with a heavy tool when you're using it. It's got 5 different speed settings, so if you're cutting a harder material such as steel, then you can set that speed nice and low so you don't risk overheating on the material, but you can still increase that speed again if you're cutting something like aluminium or copper or plastics, anything like that, to make sure that you're still getting the right speed for the cuts that you're going to make. Other than that, it's got a handy storage hook on the back here, so obviously it's a bulky tool, so when you're storing it away, that's a nice way that you can get that put away for you. Now, the main benefit of a bandsaw is, of course, you're getting fast, clean cuts through a variety of really tough materials, your metals, your plastics, anything like that that you actually need to. And another benefit is the fact that you're getting a spark-free cut every time. So if you're an engineer, you're a plumber, HVAC engineer, or loads of other uses for it, this bandsaw should be an essential part of your toolkit. So let's see what else is new from DeWalt. Now this is the brand new DCN910 duplex nailer from DeWalt. Now if you're not familiar with what a duplex nailer is or why you'd use it, let me just give you a quick little explainer. So this is a duplex nail. Now it's quite obvious to look at it what the difference is. It's got 2 heads here, but why would you use it? Well, these nails are used for temporary fixes, so things like railings, decking, wall panelling, form bracing, anything like that, where you might otherwise use a normal nail or a screw. This is a much more efficient way. It's quicker and more cost effective. It's quite obvious what you'd do. So you'd fire it into your fixing, and you can see it's got 2 heads. So it'd fire up to that first head, leaving this second one exposed. Then when it comes to taking your temporary fixing apart, it's much easier. Stick the hammer in and lever the nail out. Really quick, really easy way of doing it. And to fire these, of course, you would need one of these. So as I say, it's a DCN910. It looks like quite a big and bulky nail gun, but it's actually weighing just 4 kilograms, so it's really nowhere near as heavy as it looks. It's got a good depth control on the front here, so you can make sure you're always firing in at the correct depth. Also on the front here, you can see it's got an easy access jam clear as well. It can fire bump or sequential, so whether you need to be taking your time or just smacking the nails in there, it can do both. A nice other couple of features that it has going on is it has a detachable and reversible belt attachment, as well as, of course, it's got the rafter hook that you'd use. It's an 18-volt tool. Of course, it's got a brushless motor, so you know you're getting some good, efficient runtime and being really reliable. It's got a magnesium magazine here, so it's much more durable than if you were to be using plastic. So if you are frequently find yourself doing temporary fixings and you have been using nails or screws, using the duplex nails is by far and away the more superior method, and this is the essential tool to fire them. This is the DCN910. Let's see what tool we got next. So now you can see in front of me, I've grouped together 4 tools. So we've got the new cut-off saw, angle grinder, and the 2 die grinders as well. Now, the reason I've grouped these all together is to talk about the brand new slimline brushless motor design that these tools all have. So you can see just how tiny, look how skinny the bodies are of all of these tools. Now, as I say, this is due to the new brushless design to keep it nice and slim-like, because all of these tools will be being used in quite compact environments. You don't want them to be too bulky and too in the way when you're using them. Now, I'll talk about them individually, but the best way of demonstrating the difference in size is if I compare this, the brand new angle grinder, the DCG404, to the existing model, the DCG408. Now, this is essentially the same grinder, but the way that the motor has now been changed means it's just so much smaller in this new body. So that does show you how much tech is packed into this new tool. So let's talk about them all individually quickly. So starting with the angle grinder then, this is the DCG404. I mean, it does what any angle grinder does, but just in this much smaller body. Now, all of these have the same safety features, so I'll sort of talk about them now so you've got it all wrapped up into one. They all have Perform and Protect certifications, so they've got electronic brakes and electronic clutches as well. Now, the electronic brakes means that the rotation stops immediately as soon as you release this switch on the front here, the paddle. This will stop. So with the angle grinder specifically, this will stop in just 1.25 seconds, so really, really quickly. Now, the electronic clutches means that it's going to massively reduce any kickback that might happen while you're using the tools. That electronic clutch will just kick in immediately and stop that kickback from happening. So that's the angle grinder. Obviously, we've got the cut-off tool, so if you're working in a smaller space than what you'd use an angle grinder for, this is a perfect little alternative. Another safety feature that this all has are these dead man switch on the paddle triggers here, so you're never going to accidentally set them off. The cut-off tool as well can also go in forwards and reverse, so if you're using a blade that requires a certain direction, you can use it with this cut-off tool. But also, if you're working in a tight environment and you're worried about which direction the sparks might be flying, although it does have this guard, so it does reduce the amount of sparks, if you then switch the direction, it will then cut in a certain direction to make sure the sparks fly the way you want them to. On to these die grinders then. The DCG 420 and the 421, identical tools except for the obvious, in that this one is the right angled head. It will be much better for things like polishing metal, whereas the straight head will be better for applications like removing welds. So you'll know which ones will be most suitable for you. This right angled head is obviously going to be better at reaching those awkward angles. All the same safety features as I've mentioned. These do have 4 speed modes, both of these, so it will range from 10,000 RPM all the way up to 24,500 RPM. So you're always going to be able to get controlled grinding and finishing. Really, all of these tools are going to be perfect for if you're working in metal fabrication, HVAC, plumbing, automotive. They've got loads more uses as well. But for now, let's take a look at the lasers. In front of me here, I have 2 of DeWalt's brand new green line lasers. Now this one here on the left is the 3360 green line laser, and this one here is the green single slope rotary laser. Now both of these are USB-C charging lasers. Now that's super handy, it means you don't have to worry about carrying batteries on you for these lasers. This one, the little 3360, will fully charge in 30 minutes and will have a 9-hour runtime. And this big rotary laser will charge to 100% in 1 hour with a 35-hour runtime. So really, really efficient when it comes to charging these lasers. Now, both of these are IP rated. This one is IP54, this one is IP66, so make sure you're aware of that before you're taking them on site. Both of these will be up to the task of some really tough job sites. If we start with this one then, this little 3360, so you can wall mount it on a tripod, a pole. It's also got a magnetic back as well, so you can mount it onto metal too. It is accurate to ±3mm at 10 meters. As I said, it's got a green line, so it's really nice and visible when you're using it too. Another thing to mention is that it does have a little fine adjustment dial as well, so you can make sure you are getting exactly the reading that you want. The rotary laser can also be mounted on a pole, on a tripod. You can see behind me here, these are things it comes with. It's got a detector, remote control, little target plate, comes in a T-stack case as well. And then that there is the mount for it that also comes with it. Now this one is accurate to 1.5mm at 30 meters, so it's a really, really accurate laser. And the range of this with a detector can be up to 600 meters. Now, this is even outside on a bright sunny day, this will be accurate to that distance when used with that detector there. The little one here has a range of 45 meters when used without a detector and 100 meters when used with a detector. So for a little compact laser of this size, that is a really, really great range. Talking about how compact this is actually 64% more compact compared to any other comparable model. So this is a lot of power packed in a really tiny little laser. Now, if you're a grounds worker or a surveyor or anything like that where you need to measure distances outside of long distances, this big rotary laser is going to be perfect for you. And if you're a plumber, electrician, sort of anyone working inside the home or in smaller confined areas, this one is going to be absolutely perfect. Now it's time to look at our final tool. Now finally in front of me here I've got the DCD803, the brand new multi-head drill driver from DeWalt. Now, as I say, it's a multi-head drill driver, it's pretty obvious why. Here I've got the impact driver head. This is your standard combi drill head, offset head and right angled head. All of these just sit nicely on the front. Now, we've already done a deep dive explainer on this tool specifically, so we'll put a link to this above my head right now. So that's all you need to know about the latest releases for 2026 from DeWalt, a really extensive range of tools. They've got something for everyone coming out, and you can get all of these tools right now at its.co.uk.